Good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of Channel Sport this morning. I'm Taya Salam.
Well, I'm Yemi Adebayo. It gives me a lot of pleasure to be here this morning again to take you on a trip across the morning spinning world of sports. You need to sit back and relax. There's a lot to enjoy on the show this morning.
You heard my guys were back again with another action-packed edition of sports this morning, live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakwan.
Well, we just told you, action resumes in the Nigeria Professional Football League is day 2. The fun and excitement continues across various centers in Nigeria. If you're a lover of football, just get to any of the venues to enjoy the best of football that is on offer in the Nigeria Professional Football League.
While we're following action from match day 2 of the Nigeria Professional Football League, action will resume tonight in the UEFA Champions League. But before tonight's game, let's talk about all that went down last night. It was a show of merciless mercy. The Argentine went to the Emirates Stadium and then sunk Arsenal by 2-0. You think the Gunners have what it takes to make it to the next round of the UEFA Champions League? We'll talk about that also on the show this morning.
Yeah, we'll find out definitely. Anyways, following that defeat, Arsene Wenger has accused his players of naivety and suggested they failed to learn from past mistakes. Yemi and Austin, I don't know what you think about that coming from Arsene Wenger.
Look at Wenger.
Players.
You can't even watch.
Very disappointed after the game, and you can understand why. After playing, relatively well in the first half, and you thought Arsenal will hold on and probably, sneak a goal, but they ended up conceding 2 goals.
Guys, it might sound like poor consolation, but there's no shame in losing to Barcelona.
Yes.
Especially if you play that way up until the 74th minute and you lose. If the manager is saying that the boys have not learned, I'm going to ask him if he has learned.
Okay.
You crashed out of that, in that same scenario, 6 times, the same way.
Ridiculous.
It's so, I mean, if the players have not learned, obviously the manager hasn't learned as well. And he's busy sitting down somewhere expecting the financial fair play. He's not going to have him. The big clubs will buy the big players.
That's right.
And if you're stubborn, you just want to put a mediocre player. Well, they're not mediocre to be fair, but if you want to put average players
He's allowed to be angry this morning.
I'm not angry. But what I'm just saying is that there's always a golfing class.
I know.
And Arsene Wenger should know that.
He should.
It's even down to his managerial competence that the team is getting this far.
That's
and if
right.
you're going to play with the big boys, look, this financial, Michel Platini is not even in the picture anymore. So this financial fair play thing is not going to be there. So you're going to have to spend the big bucks. And that's why I don't see Arsenal winning the Champions League.
Austin,
that's the change of mentality.
Yeah, Austin, you spoke about Messi earlier. That was in getting one of the goals against the Arsenal. Prior to the game, a lot of Arsenal fans were very confident that he doesn't seem to know how to score against Petr Cech.
That's been put to rest. I tweeted it. I said, now that Messi has scored against Cech, what are we going to do next? What should we do? He went on and scored again.
Somebody jokingly said, don't tell Messi about records before a game. Right. Because once you do, it's going to break them. You said he hasn't scored, now he has scored 2, lazy to rest.
But fabulous second penalty in that one.
But if you're a neutral, it was a very good game to watch. Up until the point when, even when they got that goal, both sides gave a good account of themselves. Some Arsenal fans will look at Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and wonder how he didn't score in the 20th minute. If he had, it could have changed the complexion of the game. But to be honest, I think it was always going to go one way.
Absolutely,
it was always going to go one way.
And it went one way from the first minute till the end of the game. This is what I don't like about Arsenal Football Club of England. When you have a big game, as the UEFA Champions League, round of 16 against Barca, don't approach it like it's the final of the Principal's Cup. Play like school kids. And I'm saying to myself,
they were not that bad.
No, they play like school.
I get your point, though.
I'll tell you,
because at times
Flamini comes into the game and his first contribution is to bring down a player that is under no form of pressure. Parma-Saka, that has not been relatively too slow as he's known to be, gets an opportunity to clear a ball and he wants to bring it down. And he brought it down for Messi. Silly schoolboy errors.
Exactly.
And when you play that sort of game and you get a chance, you take it. Giroud should take his chance. Walcott should take his chances. Oxlade-Chamberlain got a clear chance. Take it. Stay on your feet. It's the UEFA Champions League. It's Barca. It's the Emirates Stadium. When you get a chance as that, you take it because your second leg is not going to be easy.
I told someone when I was watching the game, I said, I dread a situation where any of those three guys will be up against Per Mertesacker alone. And the moment it happened, I thought, well, this is the goal. Because, I mean, he doesn't have the pace. In fact, nobody has the pace to cope with those guys anyway. And, you know, that second goal, what a shame. I think the coach was thinking, let me take out.
If you say second goal was a shame, first goal, what a flogging those defenders should get. First thing first, you're out to look for a goal, and then Barca is defending, and then you know they can turn defense into attack.
Yeah, real quick.
Some of coaches, they play real quick.
Yeah,
and then they're chasing you on the counter. Tayo Austin and Yemi Adebayo are defenders. Who should we be looking out for? Nobody whatsoever was chasing Messi.
I think the first
easier
17
said
minutes.
than done,
Yeah,
though.
I think the
Easier
first
said than done.
70
I play
minutes.
football.
Yeah.
I play football. All I can do if I'm in that team is man-to-man marking with Messi.
No, the truth of the
That's
matter
the only
is,
thing you
But
can
the
do.
truth of the matter
coaches
is,
have tried it over
if
and over
you
again
come out against
Messi.
Barcelona, that's what's going to happen to you. And at 70 minutes, they felt, we've contained this guy. So, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, and
they started coming out. Up until that time, you see Giroud, even in the Arsenal half, at some point,
defending.
play like a left back.
Yes. Yeah, that was the
They just came out.
that was the
that
game.
was
The
defending.
game plan was working accordingly. It was going accordingly
And maybe
until
come out
you know
at about
probably
75
or even
minutes.
80 minutes and sneak
Push
it off.
Barca to make a mistake,
I've never seen
and then you
Barcelona
score.
that patient.
But they were careful.
They were.
They know
to
this is
be.
an attacking team,
Yeah.
and the only way we can catch them on the counter is when they make their own error. And that was it.
And they did, and they paid dearly for it.
Oh my God! Quack, 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 you know, 4 touches. The ball is in the back of the net.
And we also need to talk about the selflessness of those three guys up front. You know, I was telling somebody that, look, if it was another team, Neymar could probably have tried to try and score by himself. You know, they say computers have artificial intelligence. I think those guys do. They have eyes on the back of their heads, and it's no shame really if you lose to such teams.
You say it's no shame, but then for the Arsenal, I mean, how many times are they going to get knocked out in the second round now? Since 2011, it's always been the round of 16. You know, that's where they exit the tournament. And for a supposedly big club, that's not good enough. Okay, we're talking about Barcelona today. Who did they lose to last year?
Monaco.
So that's not exactly Barcelona. So there's something wrong with the side. And Yemi said it earlier in the show that Wenger has to have a look at himself as well. So it's not about the players. Sometimes there's something not working at this stage of the competition for the Gunners. And Arsene Wenger is understandably very, very disappointed. And he's been talking a lot. He's been saying all sorts that Barcelona are actually 95% through to the next round. Yeah, but that 5% chance they intend to go to the new camp to actually
you look at this
fight
team
for it.
and you're asking yourself if those guys don't get injured. You know, I'm trying to look for a team.
Okay.
No,
It has to be.
I'm trying to look for a team that could stand toe to toe. I mean, I can't think. Maybe Bayern, just maybe. Any other? No, I don't know.
Yeah, but you talk about standing toe to toe. That's the mistake you make when you play a side as great as this. You don't stand toe to toe with them. You've got to come in with your game plan, with your strategy, and hope it works. You know, carry it to the letter and hope it works on that particular night. It was working for Arsenal until they messed it all up.
Let's
in the
listen
game,
to Wenger, guys. It's important. Let's give Wenger a chance to look at the man in the mirror and say to himself, what did I do right as a coach? Arsene Wenger, as well as after that game between Arsenal and Barca. I'll be right back.
You're frustrated when you lose a game, and it's always easy to identify the moment where you made the mistake. I feel maybe we failed from inside the pitch, but we could win the game now, and we lost a little bit our cautiousness to defend, especially what we knew was vital for us is not to give them a counter-attack, but where they are the most dangerous. I felt there was room to beat them tonight, you know. That is the biggest regret I have, you know. Sometimes you can lose against a team and you think there's nothing to do, but tonight there was room to beat them. We have been disciplined defensively, but we knew if we have to keep a 0-0, we keep a 0-0, you know. And they are better than us. They are, and I believe everybody knows that. But I think we could have won the game tonight if we had kept the discipline until the end. And once again, like against Monaco, exactly the same. We were caught with exactly the same in exactly the same way. No, we want. Barcelona is through at 95% certainly, but we want to go there and play. We are Arsenal Football Club, and we will not go there and just have absolutely no chance. But what we want is focus now on our next game. It's a shame that the players have not got any satisfaction tonight because they've been energy-wise. I think we have put absolutely everything in it.
Okay, so that's it. Words from Arsene Wenger. He has to really miss chances. I said it myself that when you play a big game as this, you get quarter of a chance. You take
You
it.
gotta take it.
You know what I'm saying? You take it. Suarez didn't score, but he struck the goalpost. He was that close.
Yes.
But for us now, we could count the number of times they actually put the Barca goalkeeper to test, but they needed that game most.
Yes, and you know what we always say about two-legged affairs. I mean, don't lose it. Don't get knocked out after the first game. That's what has happened to the Arsenal. I really don't see. I don't know if you agree with me or not. I don't see Arsenal going to the camp now and overturning this.
Even if they
deficit.
win, I don't see it happening. Even if they win, it's never going to be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough. And talk about taking chances. If you remember, the first great Barcelona side, the one under Pep, so great that time, so dominant. They played Inter in the knockout stage. And a lot of people thought Inter were going to get knocked out. But Inter came with a very good game plan, took advantage of the chances.
They played Inter 4 times that season. They had already played in the group
stage.
And they met in the semi-finals as well. That was when Jose was
exactly, and Inter took their chances. 3 goals. They made sure they got all the goals they needed to do in the first leg. And when the second leg came around, where they had to defend for their lives, even with the man down, they did it very well. So that's what Arsenal were on the verge of doing until they considered those 2 goals.
Shame. That's what it is. That's the story. The first leg of the round of 16 game between Arsenal and Barca ended Barcelona 2, Arsenal 0. Do you think Arsenal can bounce back? That's the story. Talk to us on Twitter.